Hey, Zudoragi here, coming to another video review. And today, as you can see, I'll be taking a look at Deluxe Class Swindle from Combiner Wars. So to start things off, here's his size compared to a soda can. Pretty much what you expect. His colors are pretty basic. A very dark gunmetal gray, some black, a little bit of purple and silver, and a whole lot of this really sandy brown, as well as a very tiny amount of gray. View from above and below. He rolls fairly well, as he should with really big wheels like that. And of course he does come with accessories. He has his hand-foot gun, which you can just plug onto this post. I'm going to get Swindle's head out of the way a little bit. Just drop that on there. And in all honesty, this really doesn't look that bad compared to the way the hand-foot gun gets incorporated into most figures. But I'm still not a huge fan of it. And of course he has his little 3-barreled machine gun, which you can plug into one of these posts back here, or you can plug it into this post, which I personally think is actually the way the complete vehicle looks. It honestly looks like a basic military vehicle with a machine gun on top, or a minigun, I guess. Nothing too extreme there. On to the transformations, starting with the transformation to leg mode. And I just forgot that you're actually supposed to leave the gun on for leg mode. Take the bumper and just bring it down on these double hinges. It will sit there like that, if it doesn't split apart. Bring up the combiner joint. Pull out the heel on the hand-foot gun and plug it into this port on the bottom. And there you have Swindle in leg mode. Pretty simple. Now for arm mode, you do want to go ahead and take off the machine gun. Just get that off to the side. So you then take the roll cage and the front of the vehicle. Just pop that up. Bring it up enough that you can get it out of the way. Bring down the bumper yet again. Split the legs and pull them away from the main body. They just work on these same double hinges that the Combiner Wars series just loves. And then go ahead and just tab all that back together. Get Swindle's head out of the way. Bring this up so that it sits flat. And there are 2 slots here that will go into the tabs on the top side of his arms. If I can get everything lined up. Bring the head down. Bring up the combiner joint. Rotate the waist so that what is the forearm is facing forward. Bring out the fingers, bring down the thumb and the palm, bring it forward, plug it in here, and you have Swindle in arm mode. And now finally to robot mode. Again, just remove the gun, bring the canopy section up and out of the way, bring the bumper down to form his toes, split the front of the vehicle and bring it down. Again, it'll fold down and lock into place there. Bring the arms out. They loosely tab in here and here into this little notch and that slot there. Bring it forward on this armature. Rotate the arm forward. Do the same thing over here. Bring the head up. Collapse the canopy onto his back. And and there is a tab right here that will go into that slot right there. Turn the head around, and there you have Swindle in his robot mode. Here's his size compared to a soda can. Standard deluxe class size. Colors are mostly the same. That sandy brown, purple, black, a little bit of silver, that very dark gunmetal gray, a tiny amount of that light gray, and now the addition of some light blue. But overall they're the same. View from above and below. One thing I want to say before we get into the posability is I think that this mold, or this type of mold for the hands, is just so much better than Rook. I don't know why Rook had those weird cannon hands. He should have had regular hands the entire time. That was just dumb. But, that aside, as for posability, the head is on a ball joint. Very, very stiff ball joint, so it can go all the way around. You can look up and down, side to side a little bit. You can use this joint to get look up a little farther, but if you don't angle it right, it looks a little awkward. Arm can go out to the side that far. Can go all the way around. You can use this joint to get to go back a little bit if you need to. There is a swivel just below the shoulder. A softly ratcheted elbow that can bend a little over 90 degrees. No motion at the hands. You have a pivot at the waist due to the combined mode, which can go all the way around. Legs can go forward that far, back that far, out to the side all the way. You have a swivel just below the hip, and a decent bend at the knee with a fairly decent ankle tilt. So the posability isn't the greatest, but it's pretty good. And of course he has the same accessories. He's got his hand-foot gun, which you can just plug into his hand. And again, honestly, I think his looks the best in terms of, well, all of them. But it still looks pretty, you know, derpy. Or you can, you know, plug onto his shoulder. That's about it. You can't really store it anywhere on the back. And of course you've got his little machine gun. You just have this post that can go to the port in his hand, and you can hold it like that. I think his gun should have been just a little bit bigger, but it's not that big of a deal, at least to me anyway. So overall I think he's a pretty decent figure. I really don't have... Oop. Leg wasn't notched in right. There we go. I really don't have that many complaints with this figure. He's pretty neat. He does the job. He looks good on Bruticus. Until next time, bye-bye.